Mr. McGrew, welcome to the program.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, sir. It's great to meet you, and I'm glad that you could spend some time with us this morning. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your background and why you decided to seek this office?
Okay. Well, I am born and raised in the district, and uh, started out. My mom and dad were blue collar. My dad electrician. Mom worked at Sears, and so I followed my dad in the electrical trade, and wound up going into business for myself. And at 30 years old, and remained in that business for 30 years, and recently sold that business to my ex-son-in-law, and when I was 44, I got into the real estate business and started buying real estate, apartment units, and was able to grow that to a pretty big business. And then served on the Hot Springs Planning Commission for 8 years, and currently serve on the Quorum Court in Garden County.
Okay.
And have always thought that giving back was a part of success, and love serving the community, and just wanted to continue that.
Wow. So you're currently a justice of the peace, and you're a Republican. So what can you tell us? What about that platform, that Republican Party platform, do you think is good?
Well, I'm a conservative, and I believe in the Republican platform. I'm pro-life, and believing in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
Again, we're talking, ladies and gentlemen, with Richard McGrew. He's running for the State House, District 22. So let me ask you this, just a little bit about I don't know, the circumstances surrounding where we are right now, which is the fact that, hey, State Representative Mickey Gates seemed to be a pretty popular guy in the district. I mean, after the charges were unveiled against him, he still got reelected. And I think that's because, now, again, I don't live in the district, but I kind of speculate that's because people seem to like Mickey Gates personally. They believed his story. And I also think, more specifically, they endorsed his voting record, which is very conservative. He didn't vote for tax increases. He was very much pro Second Amendment and really just pro that entire Republican Party platform. So can you address any of that? Can you speak to any of that, sir?
Well, I can say that I follow in that same. Of course, that's the Republican platform, and I read and fully understand and agree with the Republican platform, and in pretty much the views. And I don't know anything about Mickey's situation and that, and I personally know Mickey. He seemed like a very nice man, but I do follow in the same conservative thoughts as he did.
Yeah. Well, I do have to say, anytime you get in, anytime you get into the politics, and I guess you're already Justice of the Peace. So can you talk a little bit about that? Like, what have you learned serving on the Quorum Court down there that's you think is going to prepare you to go to the State House?
Well, I think not only just the Quorum Court, but also serving on the Planning Commission, how the structure of how things are set up and how things work in government, I'm familiar with. I'm also familiar with, that I believe in reading information and being abreast of the bills and ordinances as they come forward, and listening to the people in the community, and understanding that that's why I'm there. I'm there to represent the people in the community. So listening to them is extremely important. And sometimes taking a stand on an issue is what you're there for, and you try to make the people happy the best you can, and being willing and able to make a stand.
What do you think about what's going on with national politics right now? Isn't it nuts how
it is.
How divided the media claims that the country is?
Yes, I think it's terrible. I think that things are not moving forward, and the people are not being served in the way that they would like to be served. I think that it's became politics. I don't even like that word. I think that the media, is, the national media, it's hard to know what the truth is and hard to understand. And I say, I believe that most of the people are just frustrated and fed up with it and ready for the politicians to move on and do the work that they were put in the position to do.
Yeah, they're definitely frustrated. I was talking to a friend of mine, and he's just completely turned off talk radio. He was like, even talk radio. I mean, he doesn't get much news elsewhere. I mean, he turns it on occasionally, but he just said, I'm just so sick of the fact that you have all of this injustice that's clearly there, but nothing ever happens. You got the same people that continue to basically walk the streets free. And I tried to tell him, hey, no, I really think that something's going to happen, that they're going to get to the bottom of this. And my optimism is kind of annoying to people sometimes when it comes to. I really do believe that we're about to see a lot of stuff break. And it's going to really, I think it's going to expose the left, Richard, for not being anything close to the moral arbiters they claim to be right now.
Exactly. I think, and I've wondered why in the world has it went as long as it has. Surely something has to come out. You read about it and you study about it and you hear, and I don't understand. I'm strictly against socialism and against open borders and against abortion and all that stuff that they support, and also all the I don't know how to exactly describe it, but what's going on behind the scenes that you see about why in the world and all that injustice and all that be happening and not come to the full view of the people. But
yeah,
it seems to keep moving that direction.
So as of right now, Republican Richard McGrew, no Democratic candidates have announced their bids for House District 22 because, the district is, solidly a conservative one. It looks like there's going to be a primary. I'm curious, back to Arkansas, the Arkansas issue. One of my biggest, first of all, my number one issue, and I think most Arkansans' number one issue is the pro-life issue. And I think right now the Arkansas General Assembly is doing really, really amazing things there, standing up for the least among us, the unborn. We're the second most pro-life state in the country, and that's really good. On the tax side, though, we kind of have this mentality right now where we'll maybe cut a tax here or phase in a tax cut here, but then we raise a fee here and we raise another tax here. And when it's all said and done, the people are paying more than they were, after all the legislation's passed. So are you familiar with that phenomenon, and are you frustrated by it like I am?
Well, I am. I'm familiar with it somewhat. I want to get in there and study and understand it better than I do. But as a small businessman that owns multiple businesses, and the taxes and the regulation have been overwhelming, and the tax situation, I feel like I pay way more tax than I need to sometimes, and I think that it's important that we be good stewards with the people's money. And keep as much of it in their hands as we can.
So, can you tell us a little bit about? You say you're a small business owner. Can you just kind of tell us a little bit about those businesses?
Well, the electrical business, which is the first business I got into, was operated it in a pretty large level, operating over most of the state. Just the regulation that we dealt with every day in that. It was hard, even though you're representing the same code. When you move city to city, it changed per the interpretation.
Yeah.
And in some cases, especially in the last few years, when I first got in the electric business, the code changes every 3 years, or is upgraded every 3 years. And the regulations, because the state and the cities adopt those codes. And so you have to aggressively and stay on top of it, which is a cost for you that you have to pass on to the consumer. And in the last several years, it seems like that there's lobbyists that's lobbying to get the code changed to sell the product better than the safety for the public. And so I would be very interested in just making the best that I could that those regulations are for the safety of the people and not for the product.
I completely agree. I have said that so many times. You know, if the regs are actually about public safety, that's one thing. But when it starts getting into profit or protecting an industry from competition, I'm like, man, you're hurting the consumers because we could be paying less prices, and it's just real or less money for stuff. Anyway, Richard McGrew, I really appreciate you coming on the program, and I want to first of all, I want to congratulate you for entering into this race. I wish you the best of luck because it's not easy to run for office. And I also would like to give you the opportunity to tell people if they want to help you, want to support you. I understand the special election is set for December 10th, a special primary election for December 10th, and then the special election to serve out the remainder of Mickey Gates' term is March the 3rd. So if people want to support your campaign financially, where would they go, Richard McGrew?
Well, this has happened very quick, and the filing happens Monday, so I will be there to file, and I will be bringing a website up under Richard McGrew for District 22. It's coming online pretty quick, so you'll be able to go there and for information, and I just say that it would be a blessing to serve the people in District 22 in both Rutledge and Saline County.
All right. Richard McGrew, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.